Hey kids, welcome to an exciting new on location and a guest episode of the Thetipsyirishman. We're over 150 shows now, so if you can believe it. I don't, but it says we are, so I guess we are. And we're at Jake's house today. It's a weird situation, but that's where we are.
We should we should flip the camera because all the liquor's back there.
Yeah, all the liquor
cameras over there.
You
We'll flip it around,
this,
you can see the collection.
Right. We'll post on the side. And we have a friend here, Mr. I almost said Chad, Mr. Corey. I don't know why I have Chad in my head. And he wanted to be a thing, and we wanted to show you that you definitely could come on the show. So hit us up.
Well, and so Corey and I work together, and Corey is new to his whiskey journey. He just came back from the trail, actually, in March? January, yeah, for your birthday. So he did the bourbon trail.
Happy birthday.
And was texting me the whole time he was there, like, oh, we're here, what do I need to look for? What are we after? Because it's overwhelming as a new person. But when we talk at the office, he chit-chats a lot, like, man, I don't really like ryes. I'm not into ryes yet. And I said, you know what, I got the perfect show. I got a new rye that I'm meaning to try up against some of the really good ryes that Ed and I like.
I'm slowly getting the big boy here into ryes.
Yeah, listen, I got a select few that, you know, I'm a big fan of, and
I'm chipping away at them.
So I figured this would be a good time to introduce some new rye, introduce Corey to some ryes that he may not have had in his past, and then this old Ezra. If you remember, this is our most viewed video. I think it's
and that's delicious.
I had 900 views on it. It's our most viewed video, and we loved it. It was really, really good. This is the benchmark for us, right? This is the measuring stick for rye going forward. So we got old Ezra in the lineup. We're going to try them all, kind of talk our way through them. But these are all high rye mash bill. None of these are straight rye. They're high rye mash bill, so they're at least 50% rye in the mash bill. And the new one, I actually just found this week. I think it's been out for about 2 years. This is Russell's Reserve.
I haven't pulled the trigger on it yet.
Yeah, so it's Russell's Reserve single barrel rye. And I'm a Russell's guy. Russell's being a wild turkey product. Yeah, the Russell's store picks, some are absolutely fantastic. You find a really good one, you buy a ton of them because they're delicious. So I was really, really interested in this one when I saw it at the store, and I haven't got into the turkey ryes other than the Unforgotten. The Master's Keep Unforgotten was the rye, which is the same mash bill as this.
You should get the sample I just gave you too.
The Turkey 101?
Turkey 101. That's my new daily drinker, kids. You heard me on the last show. I put it up.
It's a good one.
Yeah, I made him buy one, and he's already drank the bottle.
He's a card. So we're going to start from right to left. The first one we're going to get into here, this is Russell's Reserve Single Barrel Rye. Russell's also makes a 6-year rye. That's a shelf-available product.
Oh, that's a rye.
Yeah, you can smell it pretty clear off the nose. I believe...
Don't tell me.
Yeah,
let me see if I can
just want to make sure they're all within the range. Yeah, they're all pretty much within the range. So Ed likes to guess the proof, but we're not cheating here with any super high proofers.
But since COVID, that last run there, I can't get my
your proofers off since COVID.
Jack my proof up yet. Even though I'm completely vaccinated.
The Wild Turkey Ryes, the Master's Keep is fantastic. Very much enjoy it. I haven't
single barrel, right? Single barrel.
Yeah, it's a single barrel. So again, there's some variance in some of these barrels. Some could be better than others. This is my first one. I have no idea. And actually, this is my second sip out of the bottle. So
I'm gonna say 90. Ooh, that is what you call a hiya. I'm a rye. Raya. So, it's a raya.
And this is great to talk through with Corey, right?
Ooh,
this is low proof. This is 52. It's only 104. All right.
I was in the ballpark.
You're in the ballpark, but it's 104.
I almost said 100 to be honest with you.
Which is relatively low proof. The heat you're getting is called rye spice.
Yeah.
So the more rye that's in the mash bill, right, you get that kind of peppery. Oftentimes it lends into like a citrus kind of note, like a citrus zest, baking spice type flavor.
Yep.
I very much enjoy this one. I broke it out the other night for the first time. Poured it with a couple buddies who were here.
No smell.
Stuff.
No, you taste it. No
it's
smell.
Fun, like
smell goes away a little bit.
because it drinks a little hotter. I feel like.
Yeah.
It's like a nice sipper that you don't take advantage of.
I wouldn't consider myself a proof snob, but anything like 90 or below.
No, you're not a proof snob.
I'm not generally a big fan.
Just a whiskey snob.
Yeah, that's a whiskey snob.
You get me there too, by the way.
Yeah, more of a whiskey nerd.
I look at the stuff I used to like just be by the other drink. I'm like, can't touch that swell.
But at 104 proof,
that's not bad.
I want to say it was right around $60, 64 maybe out the door, something along those lines. Not overly expensive. Single barrel Russell's stuff. That's about what they run.
I think it's even cheaper at Total Wine.
Could be. I don't know. I snagged mine from a store down when I was in Kissimmee. So
not like a
independent spot.
I think it's a little cheaper when it's there, of course. That's something.
Moving again right to left, now to the middle glass, this is the old Ezra 7-year straight rye whiskey. Again,
You're about to leave your wife, buddy. That's amazing.
this bottle here was a brand new release last year. Ed and I did it the second we got our hands on it, and at the time, neither one of us had a ton of experience in ryes, but when we broke into that bottle, we were blown away. Like, that bottle was just fantastic for the price.
And if you want to know more about it, definitely go check out our show on that one.
And it was probably about a year ago around this time.
Just put in most viewed, and it'll be the one that pops up first.
So this one is a little bit of a cheater in this lineup in that at 57 proof, this one's around 114. So you got 104, 100, 114. You got a little more pop in this one, but can you taste it?
Cheers. That's so good. So can you believe that that's so much more than this?
No.
Yeah, you're almost 12 proof points out of there.
This is sweeter.
And mellow.
This has got that caramely kind of vanilla on the
It's
front.
a lot sweeter. It's not as hot. It's not like that Kentucky hood.
It's not getting in the chest.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ryes will jump up and get you too. Super high proof ryes will absolutely slap you around.
That is beautiful.
This one, 114 proof, 7-year age dated, in that same price range, $60-70. Actually, I think the most expensive one here is this rye. I think this one was like $79.99 or something like that out the door.
Still under 100 for EH. It's always good.
Yeah. This is fantastic. But
It's always good.
all of these are coming in right around the same proof point, right around the same price range, but you're getting drastically different notes out of it. This one is delicious. I actually had 2 bottles of this. I had friends over there that night for cards, and we made 6 different Manhattans, and they burned through the rest of my rye. I had half a bottle left, and all of it went to the tumbler.
I'm not hating on this when I say this is good. It's just this drinks a lot hotter. This is like, I feel like this is dangerous.
This is a dangerous.
Oh yeah.
This is
Oh
yeah,
buddy.
This is crushable, right? Like when I have a beer I like, it's a crushable beer. Like this is a crushable rye.
What I love, go back and forth between the glasses.
Crushable.
I get a lot more of a citrus note out of the old Ezra, which I very much enjoy in my rye. It's not overly peppery. It's not overly rye spice, but I get a little bit of a citrus twang to it.
I like the pepper flavoring, not the pepper spice. I mean, I like pepper spice, but I'm saying when you're drinking,
Yeah, the taste
like
of
the
it, and
black,
not the heat.
like the blackberry, you get that rich, just peppercorn, but not the hotness and the heat. I love that flavor.
So this is where stuff's going to go off the rails. All right, so these two are kind of within the same wheelhouse. They're playing baseball in the same stadium. This, at least in my opinion, is on a different planet.
Well, maybe a double A. I was kidding.
So the E.H. Taylor rye, this is, again, this is their straight rye. Their mash bills are not known.
And we already know it's fabulous.
They don't release the mash bills. Buffalo Trace doesn't release their mash bills. So I have to go back and do a little more research on it, but I believe it's right around 50. It's meant to be around 50 to 54% rye. Same thing as these guys here, right? They're rye blends. The E.H. Taylor rye, to me, all the way on the end, this is the only rye I've ever had. It's like a very flowery, potpourri, kind of floral note. It's
Tastes back to my childhood.
Yeah. It smells
Running
a lot
through the
more
meadows.
inviting.
right.
Oh,
Well, and at 100
little
proof,
house on the prairie, just watching Mary run, you know.
our lowest proof one in the lineup. Generally, those are at a disadvantage. But I think what I like about this is that unique potpourri, flowery note that I don't get in any other whiskey elevates this above the others for me.
Just out of it. It's one thing. I've never had a bad E.H. Taylor yet, though.
Well, yeah. You still get that rye forward spice on the tongue. But at 100 proof, it's not overwhelming.
It's so good.
And as you breathe through the finish, it's almost like potpourri. It's like a very potpourri kind of flavor that I very much enjoy.
I don't know if you can see his expressions, but they're lovely. They're lovely.
What do you think?
You're just kind of like you're listening to a song in your head. Yeah.
No, because I'm like, yeah,
It's great.
I
love it. I love it.
It's like
I love the enjoyment
when
of
you
the face.
spray the potpourri and like you could kind of have that taste in your mouth. Like,
This, I think, is more dangerous.
not like it tastes like chemicals or anything like that.
This to me would be more dangerous if you could get it on the regular. I drink the hell out of it, but I've had 2 bottles in my life, so I don't generally bring this bottle out very often. They're very difficult to get your hands on. But again, the retail on that's supposed to be around $79 or maybe 89. I can't remember. It's around the same price as the single barrel. And for whatever reason, about 6 months ago here locally, these started dropping out of the sky. I mean, everybody had them. Publix had them. Dixie had them. The local guys had them. I mean, and the secondary.
And not just one, my friends.
Yeah, multiples. The secondary on this dropped from about 240
I think I got 6
of the rye.
I think it's 3 or 6. Something like that.
Secondary on this dropped from around 240 to 260 to about 180, 190.
Cool.
Right? So that's your supply and demand. right? Before it was in very high demand, very low supply, but once that supply starts to pick up, the price starts coming back down on it, which I think is great because it allows the everyday guys to get their hands on it and try it.
Yeah.
And you're not paying out the nose for it.
Or the poor people like me.
Yeah, right.
Let's everybody get it. I think I like the old Ezra better than the EH Taylor.
I like the proof on the old Ezra. I'm with you. I think it is dangerous and it doesn't drink at that 114. You know, this is what 14% higher proof than this. That's a significant.
But
jump.
they almost are similar in the proof you feel.
I think the difference here is the finish on this is longer.
Yeah, absolutely.
The finish on this one is great. This one sits in the mouth longer.
You just get more out of it.
Correct.
Just
what I get out of this, out of
Doesn't
E.H.
look
Taylor,
good.
I only get out of this E.H. Taylor, though, and that's why I like it.
and like the Russ. I mean, you get a lot, but
I would say for me on the Russells, since we don't do that as much anymore, I'm more doing the straight shit, the neat stuff. I think on the Russells, I would throw an ice in there, a little ice. In there.
Yeah, I mean, or even a couple drops of water helped out.
The Ezra I wouldn't, and the EH I definitely wouldn't. Put
What's
on.
interesting about the Russells to me is it smells like turkey. It smells like a wild turkey product when I smell it.
You're a turkey whore.
I am a turkey whore. So but that's
You
what's
get it
interesting.
right
I
away.
was like, oh, that smells like wild turkey. That's really interesting. And then when you drink it, you're getting a completely different flavor profile.
It's
And
like I'm an eagle whore, and he's a...
But I'm with you. I don't think this is overly complex. This is pretty rye spice forward, good finish, a little bit of heat on the tongue.
Reminds me of the holidays.
Mm-hmm. Where these, you get a citrusy and you get a nice long finish. And this, you get a
this is
full-
like by the fire.
Yeah. Well, again, it's
No, is that brandy? No, it's not brandy.
it's the beginning of August and it's 100 degrees outside and we're in here drinking rye when generally rye is
And it just
it's
rained for
like-
10 minutes.
Yeah.
For
It's a
hard for
warm
10
drink.
minutes.
Yeah, generally rye is like a wintry type thing or something that if you're making a mixed drink that's low on sugar.
I think it's weird that they just redid my set and went heavy on the rise.
I mean, we're coming into it.
That's true. Maybe we'll get
I
that.
mean, the rest of the world is. It's starting to cool down in the rest of the world. Here in Florida, it'll be hot till November, so. You know, you
And then
kinda take
we'll
what
be
you
cool
can get.
for 3 weeks. And
Yeah. if
right
we're
back
lucky.
into the pain.
But I agree. I think the old Ezra for the money.
Unless we get a couple hurricanes, then of course it cools down a little.
Just don't say the H word. We've had a good couple years here of no problems, and I think we're due, which is.
Well, the government climate's going to make it its own hurricane, so I think it'll be all right.
Yeah. I think
Kaboom!
the availability of this one also takes it up another notch. This stuff is relatively available. You'll find it in independent stores. You'll find it in Total Wine. You'll find it in ABC. It sits on the shelf. It's not in some kind of point system or vault or allocated. It exists. It was just a new release a few months ago. That's why it flew off the shelves initially, but now they're pretty regularly available. And I've opened this bottle for a lot of different people, and they've all had the same reaction. That's delicious. Man, I really like that. How much was it? $75? Oh, man, that's great for that price. Good proof.
What is the most you'd pay for? Knowing what you know today.
If I
He
needed a
spends
backup,
money, but he's frugal.
yeah. If I
That's
really
why I
needed
asked.
one, I would probably go up around $90 for it. If I needed one, like if I didn't have one laying around and I couldn't get my hands on it, I don't think that's a problem at 90 because again, the Ezra is actually labeled foolproof, right? So this is what it was barreled at initially. They watered it back down to the initial barrel entry proof at that 114. So not only are you getting a really good product, but you're getting that barrel proof, that full proof level of a product. With these, you aren't.
And this is a harder one to find than this.
It was initially. I don't see this one as often.
I don't
I've
see a
seen
green
it.
label for Russells. That's why I was like,
So the other one, the green label Russell
I've
6
seen it
years,
Total Wine.
it's way more white and it has a big 6 down here in the bottom, and that's the 6 year. That's
Which
the
is good.
blend,
Which
which
is
is good.
Yeah,
Agreed.
it's good.
But the single barrel to me, like I said, I saw it on the shelf. It jumped
And
out.
the 6, I think the 6 is readily at both Winn-Dixie and not Winn-Dixie. Yeah, Winn-Dixie and I just saw it at Walmart.
Oh,
It's under 40, I think.
I ain't gonna Walmart liquor store in a minute.
I always forget it's there.
Yeah,
Like, oh yeah, there's a liquor store here.
we had some political issues with our local Walmart liquor distribution here for a few years. There was one particular Walmart out in West Orlando that was getting all of the good things, and now that's kind of stopped, and it's getting a little more.
Oh, I have a
spread out.
story to tell you after we stop filming. You're
Yeah.
gonna be mad.
But so, as guys that don't generally like rye, any of these undrinkable?
Dude, well, I like red, but no.
I think this is a little hot. You just have to be ready for it. Like,
That's why I'm saying.
Yeah, first sip of the day, 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
yeah, it's a little.
I
Yeah.
had a big lunch before we came.
Yeah,
This is. It's something that it's. I don't think this is for.
This is sipping.
like I could drink some bourbon. So like I know I'm new in
Hell
my
yeah.
journey, but like I could drink it. If I couldn't drink it, I think that this would be tough for somebody. I think that this
It definitely needs to be chilled.
yeah, a couple drops of water for sure.
Yeah,
This is
definitely
candy.
be
This
yeah.
is
Both of
really
them are pretty.
special.
Yeah, both of them are good.
Like this, I would definitely have. It is.
He's
a-
right.
That's not a good thing.
We said the same
It's a
thing when we
great
opened it. It's again 114 proof. Doesn't drink to the proof. Lots of complexity, layers of flavors. Delicious.
I love
readily
proofs
available.
that don't drink to the proofs. I think that's amazing. I think it's awesome. I've had some stuff, like the Wing Weller. I don't drink like it's proof at all, and you're like, "Ooh, this is candy for sure."
Mm-hmm.
And you get sad because it's gone.
But again,
I'd say the Taylor goes in between. Like this is like that warmy, peppery. This is that sweety, desserty almost, and then EH.
It kind of combines the two and makes it.
Yeah, the E.H. Taylor to me has the best nose. The smell of that E.H. Taylor is outrageous to me. I love the way that E.H. Taylor smells. It's just so approachable.
it's
no
environment.
ethanol.
It's
Just an amazing nose on it, and then you drink it.
I always say, what I say. I always say paint thinner. He said that when I was a paint thinner.
well, it doesn't smell like boozy for sure.
No, it smells fantastic.
It doesn't tingle. It doesn't like. What are you about to do?
What are you about
Your
to
body's not telling you to get away from it.
And I like stuff that sneaks up on you for a second. You're like, ooh.
I like things
I
that
like the little sneaky.
the slow builds are good. You're not gonna really find that in rice because that rice spice hits your tongue instantly.
Right,
You're
right.
like, oh, okay, I'm drinking whiskey, got it. But where some of those bourbons, that slow build, the heat kind of builds and it crescendos. And it's just
We've had some of those, buddy.
Yeah, we've had some really good ones. Like I said though, if you are new to bourbon, if you're new to rye in general, these should be relatively available. I'm short of this one. It's more available now than it was before, but this one's pretty difficult to find. The Ezra should be around. The Russell should be around. Spend the $60-$70 on it. You might be surprised.
But if those prices scare you, and you're trying to get into rye, you're like, oh, I don't want to buy a rye. That's too much money. Go get yourself, to start out with, it is Rittenhouse. It's a 100 proof rye. It's very deep and rich, and it's a very good starter, and it's very cheap. It's like $30.
They're doing store picks of that.
It's so good.
They're doing store picks.
And
of
then
Rittenhouse
after you
now.
have that one, drop down and it's on the bottom shelf for some reason. I don't know why. So old granddad 100 bottle of Bond rye, so good.
The
If you like those
114,
two,
yeah,
if you like those two, then start moving up to other stuff.
yeah.
I figured out what that one was in my store. The Knob Creek. Used to be just Knob Creek rye. Now it's Knob Creek 7-year rye. So it's worth the $5 more. We'll see. We'll see how it tastes in the
I have actually never had a Knob Creek rye product, and maybe that's what we should have done as the third one on here. I've never tried it, but they also make fantastic mixed drinks. This will make one of the best old fashions you've ever had in your life. It's already got a citrus built into it. It's got some of that rice spice built into it. Like this will make an amazing mixed drink.
Not an old
So don't pass up on the
Yeah.
cocktails with the rye. It's substituting a rye in a cocktail.
Maybe I'm not going to make it. Maybe I'll try them again. I just don't like making them.
I got a mix for you.
I'm old and lazy.
With Coke.
I have
It's a
time.
really
I have
good
time for
old-fashioned.
ice and a
Yeah.
glass. I don't really have much.
All
more
you
time.
gotta do is put the one thing into it. You don't have to.
Oh, that's right. You're talking about the pre-mixed old the
With Coke. That's
yeah,
the
with
it's
Coke.
really
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Yeah, come get us some sponsor right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've been trying. Trust me.
I do my old fashions with a little bit of the Woodford cherries because it's alcoholic, but I use that instead of simple syrup. So
Yeah.
I'll put some of that cherry juice from the cherry jar in.
Which is probably way better for you.
Yeah, it gives you a little fruit flavor, and my wife very much enjoys an old fashioned. So, but yeah, man,
That's how I tell her he bought more bottles. Here's an old fashioned.
yeah. I'm in big time trouble. I got bottles. Every time I stop in to see friends, I end up walking out with new bottles. So I'm doing my best. If you don't see me for the next month, people that watch the show, it's not because I'm avoiding you. I don't need any more bottles in the house. We got too much as it is.
Yes, he does. He needs more bottles. If you're gonna give him any bottles, look at the show. Give him some bottles we haven't tried yet, and we'll put your name in the show.
Mm-hmm.
Run that.
Yeah. So, once again, my friends, if you enjoyed today's episode, and we know you did, make sure you hit the like and subscribe. Please subscribe to the show. We would appreciate it. Or at least I would. He doesn't care. I'm just kidding. He cares. And like I said, we had Corey here today, and he might be a permanent fixture. Who knows? We'll just keep adding chairs to the table.
It's going to turn into a podcast at some point.
That's the
We'll be
goal.
wearing headsets.
That is the goal at some
Yeah,
point.
microphones over to the side.
Then we'll be in a safe space, and it doesn't matter how much we drink. We get the limos out front to take us home.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, if you're enjoying the show and everything else, you want to sponsor the show, come on the show, talk about the show, suggest something for the show. You know how to reach. You know how to reach one of us, I'm sure. We're all three on social media. I'm sure you'll find us somewhere. Maybe.
Not me.
Yeah, that's what I said. And if you know me, you know where I work, stop in. Let's have a conversation. Let me get into something you might like. What can I do for you today? And on that note, my friends, drink one for us, because we're definitely going to drink one for you. Probably right now. And we'll see you on the next exciting episode.
Aye.